Hello my well-esteemed guests, my name is Bottles, and if you've been sticking around this channel for a bit, you know that I had a stream series called the Completionist Challenge. The idea of the stream series was based off of this clip right here.
The Completionist 100 video games poster. This huge 18 by 24 poster will allow you to follow my steps as the Completionist. Put this poster on your wall and mark off games you've completed like I have, and even write in your own Completionist rating underneath it.
I wanted to complete this challenge, so I set off on my quest to do so. What I didn't do, however, was give each game a completion rating. So since we got more than a quarter of the way through the challenge, I decided I'd take the first 25 games that I've completed and give them their proper completion rating. Instead of going off of the usual complete or don't complete model that I usually do, I'm going to be using the same rating scale that Gerard uses. For those unfamiliar, it goes complete it, finish it, play it, look at it, and burn/donate it. There can also be in-between ratings as well, such as finna peat it or finna play it. We got 25 games to go through, so let's jump right into it. To complete Sonic Adventure 2, you must collect all 180 emblems. To do this, you must complete all 5 missions in every level of the game, defeating all 3 boss rushes, beating all 3 kart races, winning every single Chow race, and getting every A rank in the game. The completion bonus for doing all of this is unlocking the secret level of the game, Green Hill Zone. This is a pretty faithful recreation of the first act of Green Hill too. This was during a time where Green Hill Zone was special instead of just a tired cliche. This is honestly one of the best completion bonuses in any video game. However, the sheer amount of time it takes to complete all of these tasks kinda outweighs the reward. Playing each stage 5 times and A ranking them is enough, but Jesus Christ, I hate having to complete the Chow Garden. It takes so long and is so boring. That's my hottest take about Sonic that I have. I never liked the Chow Garden. Without the animal duplication glitch, I'd still be completing this game. With that in mind, Sonic Adventure 2 gets my completionist rating of finish it. To complete Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, you must collect all of the items in the game and defeat Ganon. Pretty straightforward. There is no completion bonus for collecting everything in the game, but it does make completing the game a lot easier the more items you have. Plus, it shows off everything the world has to offer. It's not even that hard to do either, it's really straightforward. It almost feels like a finish the game to complete the game type of game in the way that it is helpful. Going to Ganon with 20 hearts and max defense is very nice. With that in mind, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past gets my completionist rating of completed. To complete Imagine Wedding Designers, you must create the perfect wedding for all of the brides. To do this, you have to get her the perfect dress, plan the perfect wedding, make her room perfect? Okay, make his room perfect? What does this have to do with the wedding? Make her man perfect? Shouldn't she know him already? Oh my god, you have to change his skin color. Yeah, this game is pretty yikes. Also, it's just fucking boring. It's just menus, the game. I felt like it took forever to complete this game, but it only took me an hour. If you like a game where you have to choose a menu item that makes the girl smile and that's it, this is the game for you. With that in mind, Imagine Wedding Designers gets my completionist rating of burn it. To complete Super Mario RPG, you must get every item in the game, hit every secret box in the game, get every non-duplicate frog coin, defeat Smithy, and defeat the secret boss, Culex. Fighting Culex is really fun, being the hardest boss battle in the game. but collecting all of the items and finding every hidden box in the game is just abysmal. Hell, there's one hidden box that's missable. Super Mario RPG is an amazing time, and the secret bosses are amazing, but the collection is a bit much. Leveling up to max level isn't that hard because there are easy grind spots, and it doesn't take that long to grind up to level 30. With that in mind, Super Mario RPG gets my completionist rating of finish it.
Of the Dead.
Full disclosure, I didn't complete House of the Dead 2. Instead, a couple of streams in, I opted to complete Typing of the Dead 2 instead. Mostly because I do not have the patience to complete a rail shooter game on the Wii. It just wasn't fun. The completion requirement for both games is the same, the only difference being that in one you shoot and the other you type. To complete Typing of the Dead 2, you must complete the main campaign and complete all of the challenges on all difficulties. Doing this unlocks special perks for the single-player campaign. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely not. After doing all of the challenges in this game, I never want to play the campaign ever again. Plus, I don't know about you guys, since I played the typing version of the game, my hands were fucked up after how fast I had to force them to type. With all of that in mind, House/Typing of the Dead 2 gets my completionist rating of play it. To complete Metroid Prime, you must collect every item in the game and get all of the log entries in the game on both normal and hard mode. Much like Link to the Past, getting every item in the game is very rewarding, really fun, and makes finishing the game a lot easier. I loved completing this game in both the normal and hard mode. That being said, scanning everything in the game really brings the pace down to a halt. Good God, you have to scan everything in this game to get the full log. Especially since this game commits the same sin as Super Mario RPG, missable stuff. If you defeat a boss before scanning it, it's gone forever. Plus, it's just so annoying to have to stop and scan everything. With that in mind, Metroid Prime gets my completionist rating of finish it. To complete Mega Man X2, you must collect every heart tank, weapon tank, and defeat all of the X Hunters so you can revive Zero. Playing the game normally and getting all the secret items is great, but dealing with the X Hunters, though fun boss fights, they are so horribly implemented. If you enter a stage they're in, you must fight them there, regardless if you're ready. If you don't, they go away forever. Despite that, however, the story you get from doing that and bosses you fight because of it are fucking awesome. With all of that in mind, Mega Man X2 gets my completionist rating of completed. To complete Portal, you must beat the game and complete each challenge with a gold medal. These challenges include least time, least portal, and least steps. Finishing Portal is very fun. It's a short little game that can be finished pretty quickly. However, these challenges can suck my fucking nuts. To complete some of these challenges on the gold medal, I legit had to learn speedrun tricks to get close to being able to do it. It's insane, and there isn't even a completion bonus for it. With that in mind, Portal gets my completionist rating of finish it. To complete Sam & Max Hit the Road, you just have to simply beat the game. It's just a simple point-and-click adventure game that doesn't last very long, but is very enjoyable. The only complaint that I have about the game is that in classic point-and-click fashion, there are so many cryptic puzzles to solve that I feel like no rational human would ever think of doing. The writing is hilarious though, and very enjoyable to sit through. With that in mind, I give Sam & Max Hit the Road my completionist rating of completed. To complete Contra III, you must beat the game on hard mode. To be honest, I was pretty smart about this one. Contra III, being a Contra game, is naturally very difficult to beat. Here's the thing though, if you play the American and European versions of the game, you only get 3 continues. If you play the Japanese version, you get infinite continues. So obviously, I completed the Japanese version. This allowed me to complete the game in one stream. But playing the game otherwise is stupid hard, but very, very rewarding. With that in mind, Contra III gets my completionist rating of finish it. But if you're playing the American version though, it gets a play it. To complete Luigi's Mansion, you must capture every portrait ghost, including Mr. Luggs, Slim Bankshot, Biff Atlas, Sue P, and Jarvis. You must also get every gold frame in the game. To obtain a gold frame on portrait ghosts, there are 2 different ways, depending on which type you are fighting. For normal portrait ghosts, you must get their health from 100 to 10 in one suck. For boss ghosts like Chauncey, Bogmire, Bulasis, and King Boo, you must defeat them with at least 90 health left. The only gold frames that I'd say are particularly difficult to get are King Boo and Sir Weston. Good God, Sir Weston took me hours. Other than that, gold framing the game is not that bad. You must also catch all 50 boos and get the A rank at the end of the campaign. Honestly, if you make a little bit of an effort to collect money in this game, you will almost always get an A rank at the end of the game. Last but not least, you must do all of this shit again in the Hidden Mansion mode. The difference between the normal mode and the Hidden Mansion mode is that you have double the suction power, but to balance it out, you take double the damage. Honestly, this made gold framing every ghost super easy. Sir Weston took me 4 hours to gold frame in the normal mode, but in Hidden Mansion, it took me just a few tries. Good God, I just fucking love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. With that in mind, Luigi's Mansion gets my completionist rating of completed.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Press Start to begin.
To complete Crash 2, you must collect every crystal and every gem in the game. Simple, clean. Most gems are collected by hitting every box in a level. Some are done through time attacks, some are done by a hidden challenge like the first level where you must get through it by hitting 0 boxes, and some are done through super hard split paths. This was the first video game I've ever played in my entire life, and goddamn is it still fucking awesome. Even though this is going to spoil what I'm going to give this game as a completion rating, I just have to say, completing this game is how you play this game. It's not super tough to complete, in fact the game encourages it. With that in mind, I give Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back my completionist rating of completed. To complete Mega Man X3 is very similar to Mega Man X2. You must get all of the heart tanks and weapon tanks and X upgrades. Where this one differs is in a few more types of collectibles. The first being the different ride armors you can collect, which each have a different special ability. Next, there are chips which give enhancements to specific armor parts. Unfortunately, you can only get one chip at a time. If you are completing this game, do not collect any of them. This may sound counterintuitive to a completionist, but avoiding all of the chips will allow you to collect the secret hyper chip, which gives you all 4 abilities at once. The last bit you must do is in the Mosquitus boss fight. Throughout the whole game, I would avoid using Zero at all. If you lose Zero, you cannot complete this game. Why is that? Because if Zero loses in this very specific boss fight, Zero will give X his final weapon, the Z-Saber. Jesus Christ, there is a lot to do in this game. I wouldn't mind there being so much to do in this game if it wasn't also fucking cryptic. This is definitely way more cryptic of a completion game than Mega Man X2 was. Thank God I watched the Completionist episode about this game beforehand, or else I never would have known any of this shit. With that in mind, I give Mega Man X3 my Completionist rating of finish it. Fuck the Hyper Chip, fuck the Z-Saber, just play it like a normal X game. To complete Super Metroid, you just have to finish the game with every item and save the animals. Remember kids, completionists save animals, speedrunners kill the animals. Honestly, this is the second best Metroid game in my opinion, only losing out to Metroid Dread. And completing this game was really fun from start to finish. Not really much to say about it, so I might as well go straight to the completion rating. With that in mind, I give Super Metroid my completionist rating of completed. To complete Dead Space, you must obtain every weapon, every suit upgrade, obtain every text, audio, or video log, and use power nodes to upgrade every weapon to their full potential. Not only that, but you must also obtain the Platinum Trophy. Dead Space is one of my favorite games of all time, so playing it over and over and over again was a really fun experience from start to finish. My only problem with it is that getting enough money to fully upgrade all of your weapons takes an absurd amount of playthroughs. It takes so much money and power nodes to be able to upgrade everything. Personally, I used a money exploit that essentially made it really easy to farm money. Just did that for like an hour and I was able to buy all the power nodes I needed. With that in mind, I give Dead Space my completionist rating of finish it. To complete Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you must beat the game as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles while obtaining all 7 Chaos Emeralds for each character. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my favorite 2D Sonic game, so I really love going through it, especially with other characters. Even getting the Super Emeralds is super fucking fun. Blue Sphere is still currently my favorite form of special stage in 2D Sonic. Once you get Blue Sphere down, it's so much fun to try to perfect every stage. With that in mind, I give Sonic 3 and Knuckles my completionist rating of completed. To complete Symphony, you must beat all 6 bosses of the game and get every achievement on Steam. When do the bosses appear? Whenever the hell they want. It could be after 5 levels, it could be after 25. It was really difficult trying to figure out what game soundtrack I wanted to use to play this game because there was just so much. Even getting the trophies just felt like busy work. It really did feel like the type of game where you just play it until the game decides that you're done. With that in mind, I give Symphony my completionist rating of play it. To complete Sneak King, you must beat all 40 missions in the game with an A rank and unlock the Sneaking Suit. With the way this game functions, that is a huge ask, especially with one of the missions in the cul-de-sac only being possible some of the time. But here's the thing that I've come to admit ever since I became a speedrunner of this game. It's weirdly fun in an ironic sort of way. It really isn't that bad of a game, just really boring after a while. I mean, are you going to tell me that you would say no if someone asked if you wanted to play a Burger King stealth game? With that in mind, I give Sneak King my completionist rating of play it. To complete God of War, you must beat the game on every difficulty, fully upgrade all of your weapons, defeat every challenge of the gods, and obtain every trophy in the game. This is a legendary game, and it is fun 100% of the way through, except for protecting your family during the final Ares fight. That part is borderline unfair. The completion bonus is actually pretty fucking cool. You get a code that leads to a phone number that you can actually call and get a message from the director of the game and Kratos himself. This number still works, which is honestly really crazy to me. With all that in mind, I give God of War my completionist rating of Finna-peated. Maximum Carnage is another one of those beat the game to complete it games. But good fucking lord, is this game really, really hard. Completing this game was one of the most satisfying experiences I've ever experienced on the show, but god damn, this is literally an entire stream series of me playing this game over and over and over and over again. With that in mind, I give Maximum Carnage my completionist rating of play it. To complete Earthbound, you must beat the game, get all of the strongest weapons for each character, get all of Pooh's equipables, and level everyone in the party to level 99. Everyone who has ever watched those Earthbound streams knows that I was very excited to be able to beat Earthbound on stream. Earthbound is easily one of my top 10 games of all time and is definitely my favorite RPG of all time, only closely followed by Persona 5 Royal. I don't even care about grinding for the of Kings items or grinding up to level 99 because I just love being in this world, and this was the first time I've ever max leveled Earthbound, and it has certainly made fighting Gygas a cakewalk. With that in mind, I give Earthbound my completionist rating of completed.
Here we go.
Good God. Holy fuck. Okay. So, to complete Donkey Kong 64, you must collect all 201 golden bananas, all 10 battle crowns, all 20 banana fairies, all 40 banana medals, all 2,800 bananas, all 8 boss keys, the Nintendo coin, and the Rareware coin. There are a total of 3,821 collectibles that you have to collect in this game in order to complete it. That's more collectibles than in Super Mario Odyssey. In fact, this game has the world record for the most amount of collectibles in a game. It's too much stuff. It's just too much stuff. I got so sick of playing this game because the amount of collection and backtracking I had to do was unreal. I felt like I was playing this game for an eternity. With that in mind, I give Donkey Kong 64 my completionist rating of play it. I'm gonna level with you guys. I didn't complete this game because I literally can't. The way I skirted around this is that I completed what Gerard completed in his original episode, just playing all the campaigns on every difficulty with every single playable character. What I didn't do was all of the challenges and all of the achievements. Why? Because they are literally impossible. I don't mean impossible as in they are extremely hard. No, I mean actually impossible. For one thing, This game hates being streamed. It makes the game lag to hell, which makes me think this game was horribly optimized. Also, when I tried to complete this game off stream, I was doing the challenge mode and playing with Mori. The timer would start as we waited for each character to connect to the level, meaning that the first 5 seconds of the level would be wasted waiting for the other player to spawn in, and leaving you only a few seconds to complete the whole level. Watching people play this on YouTube, I saw that it was either impossible or was extremely tight. Either way, I forgoed this part of the completion because it was literally unfair. With that in mind, I give Tiny Brains my completionist rating of burn it. To complete Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game, you must get every character to level 16 and defeat Gideon as Scott, Ramona, Kim, Steven Stills, Knives, and Wallace. I remember back in high school I was obsessed with Scott Pilgrim. I watched the movie, read all of the books, completed this game multiple times, and even cosplayed Gideon Graves for a convention at one point. Needless to say, I love everything Scott Pilgrim. So are you even surprised when I say that I love completing this game? Hell, the first theme song I used for this channel was an excerpt from Helix Nebula by Anamanaguchi. Anamanaguchi was a band that I discovered because of this game. With that in mind, I give Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game my completionist rating of completed. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bad that this is the final game I have to give a completionist rating for, because if you've been watching my Kirby retrospective, you should already know how I feel about completing this game, so I feel like I'll just be repeating myself. Either way though, to complete Kirbys Dreamland, you must beat the game on the normal mode and then again on the extra hard mode. Honestly, this isn't a game that will take you very long to complete, even on hard mode. The only difference you will really feel in the hard mode is that you'll just die a few more times instead of none at all. Honestly though, Kirbys Dreamland is such a fun game that I don't mind playing it twice. With that in mind, I give Kirbys Dreamland my completionist rating of completed. There you have it, the first 25 games I completed for Completionist Challenge, given their proper completionist rating. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and here's to hoping this series gets a part 2, which will happen after I complete 50 games. Thank you everybody for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this one, and hit the bell to see our content the moment it comes out. In the description below, you can find our merch store, Twitter, and Discord server. Also, become a channel member today and you will get our videos 1 week early. I'm VoiceOver Bottles, and Jesus Christ, get a hold of yourself, man.